All right, welcome to the drive home. I'm Kristen, joined by
Megan.
And also another special guest once again,
Katie.
So we just went to go see Men in Black 3.
Yes, we did.
Not in 3D. We didn't go see the 3D one, but we saw the regular, which...
Yeah, so we can't really comment on the quality of the 3D, but the movie as a whole, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although I thought, like, watching it, I could see where certain parts of it made it where it was supposed to fly in your face or, you know, make you feel like you were falling and all that kind of stuff. So, overall, first thoughts. Let's start with Megan.
Oh my gosh, Josh Brolin, he is the man. Oh my goodness, he did such a good job. That's the first thing I want to say. But overall, I thought the movie was a lot of fun.
Well, and he was commenting. I read somewhere that Josh Brolin actually had watched the original Men in Black like 60 times in a row to get Tommy Lee Jones'
seriously,
his voice down, his face,
mannerisms, his expression.
Yeah,
he was perfect.
Yeah, well, all that research definitely helped because, yeah, he had it down.
I think it's funny, too, because he's supposed to be playing, like, 29-year-old Tommy Lee Jones, and...
He doesn't look 29.
Well, he's not 29. But, I mean, that's got to be a pat on the back if you're Josh Brolin. Like, we want to hire you to play a 29-year-old. Be like, oh, yeah,
all right,
get it.
Cool. Well, I was wondering, like, he was probably kicking himself for when they were working on No Country for Old Men together. He's probably like, damn, I should have taken more notes.
I should have asked him.
Oh, now you have to study
get into
more.
This character and
chance wasted. Oh.
He was really good. Although with him in the role, which I liked, I like Tommy Lee Jones an awful lot, and I don't feel like he wasn't.
There wasn't
that much
in the movie.
Yeah, he like Tommy Lee Jones as Kay. Well, in order to have the time travel and everything, and for Josh Brolin to be young Kay, you know, older Tommy Lee Jones had to be sort of set off to the side a little bit.
Yeah, he shows up in the beginning, and you know.
Yeah.
Don't want to say too much.
Yeah, not to give anything away, but obviously, you know, part of the premise is that Jay has to go back to save Kay, and so yeah, to see all that. Unfortunately, it means Tommy Lee Jones had to be in the movie a little less.
But for the time he was on screen, he was pretty dang good.
Oh yeah, he's always
par for the course.
Yeah, he's always a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, his performance is always flawless.
Oh yeah,
with everything. Katie, what are your initial thoughts leaving?
I was going into this, I was not expecting this movie to be good. I'd heard it had good reviews, but I was kind of like, it's a threequel and the middle one was not very good. How are they going to do this? I liked this movie. It puts the first movie in a very different light. I want to go back and watch it again with this new viewpoint. But I really enjoyed the movie. It was a really fun ride. It wasn't a tour de force or anything, but, you know, that's not what it's meant to be. It was a good popcorn movie.
Very good popcorn, good blockbuster, good Memorial Day. Will Smith kind of rules Memorial Day, I feel.
Yeah, he does.
He's always
Memorial
Day,
and the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah. And he kind of like
he needs a Veterans Day movie.
He needs a Christmas movie. Will Smith rules Christmas.
Will Smith is Santa. You know what? I'd buy it.
Will Smith saves Christmas from aliens.
Of course.
What other holidays? What other holidays can
Thanksgiving.
You
That's
can
very
say
American.
I think he should have a St. Patrick's
You
Day.
can give thanks to Will Smith.
That's what's missing.
How about your initial thoughts?
I really liked it. As you know, I'm not feeling 100% today, but I really enjoyed myself, and it's very. I just actually. These guys know this, but I was at the Men in Black 3 premiere last week and was totally psyched up to see it and got to help out with my work. Not this work, other work. Work where I get paid. To be on the, it was a black carpet, which was very cool, and all the stars came out for that, and that psyched me up to go see it. I was like really excited, and it was all that I thought it would be, which is just good fun, good summer. Will Smith, you gotta love him.
He's very charming.
Very witty.
It's Will Smith.
Yeah, he always does a great job, and like I said, I like Tommy Lee Jones and stuff. Like you said, it kind of, you want to watch the first one again. I did watch the first one because I was going to New York, so I was picking New York movies to watch. So I'm like, I'm going to Men in Black 3 premiere. I gotta watch Men in Black. So for me, with watching that and then watching this, it does change a lot of the views for that. Not necessarily in a bad way. My only critique with that was with Emma Thompson's character, and then also the younger Emma Thompson was played by Alice Eve, who's beautiful, and she was in She's Out of My League in that role. And I thought that would have been good if it didn't mess with the love interest that was in the first movie.
Yeah.
And they totally skipped over that. And that was something for me when I watched the first movie that made Tommy Lee Jones' character really human. Brought a lot of humanity to him that you didn't see, and that was his love story, and all of a sudden now he's got like a sort of different one.
Actually, he's had a different one in every single movie.
I don't remember the second one because I only saw it once because I didn't like it.
Because it was no good.
The second one, he had this thing with an alien princess or something that got killed back in the day. Yeah, they sort of inferred
Agent K is the brand new Barney Stinson, and he suits up.
He suits up every day.
But
spoiler alert, I suppose, for the second one. It's been 10 years. I guess they inferred that the girl.
10 years?
I think something. Oh my gosh!
Well, it was they said 14 from the first one.
14 from the first one, yeah, probably 10-ish years.
Yeah, it was
second
97, 96.
It was high school.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Anyway, point being, spoiler alert, they sort of inferred that the girl from the second one, they sort of inferred towards the end that she was Tommy Lee Jones's daughter. Or, Tommy Lee Jones, like Kay's daughter, sorry. But yeah, so they sort of inferred that. But yeah, Kay's had a different girl in every movie.
Poor Jay. Jay gets like nobody.
Silver Fox?
Yeah, the only
and
girl...
And it's Will Smith.
Yeah, the only girl, that... she left Men in Black in the second one.
Well,
Poor
she
Jay.
wasn't really a love interest. She was just really cool.
Oh, no, I thought they had some great chemistry.
Yeah, they had some flirty moments, which was
flirty.
awesome.
I wouldn't categorize her as a love interest.
She's got a whole Queen of the Undead thing.
I think they could have gone that route and didn't use it. On the one hand, I kind of like that, but it is interesting.
I would have loved that for the second one, but now the second one they had to explain her away in a throwaway line.
They might not have been able to get her back. Speaking of not getting people back, Rip Torn.
Yeah, Rip Torn wasn't in this one for
Rip
sort of
had
reason.
some
issues.
Personal things that you should look up on the news, people, if you don't know, which is probably why he didn't make an appearance. And
yeah, but hence why Emma Thompson's character is there.
I like Emma Thompson.
Yeah, I
But like I said, it threw me off because I like the first one.
Yeah,
there's a little bit of dissonance between that. Yeah.
It's always tough, but I suppose you could attribute that to changes in the time stream continuum.
That's right. That's quite true.
Somebody time jump. He's an alien.
What did you guys? Speaking of aliens, what did you guys think of the bad guy?
He's played by Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords. I thought he did fantastic. I loved his performance. Like, I'm sitting here going, that's Jermaine, and it looks nothing like Jermaine or sounds nothing like him. So I thought he did a really good job of being able to, create this character. Effects-wise, oh my gosh, the little thing is very Starship Troopers. The little things that would shoot out of his hands.
Somewhat Starship Troopers, somewhat Vampire Hunter D, somewhat... I got nothing. It's a very... I would love to see the concept art. I would love to see how this villain's character design came to be. Because he's very, very interesting. Very well performed on all counts. Very interesting.
Very funny to see him talk to himself, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was, again, I don't know the actor very well, but when I was on the carpet, he was interviewed, and he looks way different and sounds way different, and it took me a second to be like, I thought this guy was playing the bad guy. I'm like, oh man, shoot, that's some great effects.
Excellent.
And that's some great acting.
Yeah, and that's something that, the Men in Black, at least 1 and 3 have done, 1 for sure. They do makeup extremely well. Yeah.
Oh.
Edward from the first one was great, and then this was another great example of how good their makeup team is.
Was it Edward? Edgar.
Edgar. Oh, God.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
we said Edward. I'm like, Twilight?
No. I would love to see the Men in Black go after Edward Cullen. That would make my day. That would make my life.
He's not a vampire, he's an alien.
I think
I'm
it's
okay with
sad
that.
now, though, that whenever somebody says Edward, that's what everybody thinks of.
Oh,
But anyways,
You're telling me.
that's a whole nother problem.
Oh, yes, it is. Anyway.
But I really liked him at that. And special effects were really good, except every movie does this nowadays too. They try to make so many effects that there's certain instances, like when Will Smith was going into you have to do a time jump. Again, this is in the first 10 minutes, so I'm not ruining anything.
Yeah.
He jumps, and when he jumps, he looks like a video game.
Yeah.
And I like video games, but leave them for my PS3. Like, don't put them in my movies, you know. And Spider-Man's been known to do that. And I actually think Avengers didn't do it that much.
I think
this
the
time, but-
most Avengers did was with the alien bad guys, and that's
Yeah.
But-
with the alien invasion,
yeah.
but that's understandable
But they
because you
look
have
like-
a horde. Yeah.
and they're not human creatures. But when you take Will Smith and you turn him into a
CGI Will Smith.
Yeah.
It takes me out of the moment. That
Yeah.
would be my only
I
critique with
definitely
that.
see where you're coming from, especially when they do have such good practical effects. Like when you look at the villain and like see bits moving on him and see how realistic that actually looks, even when they implement the CGI. It is there is this dissonance when you see fully CGI Will Smith look so unreal when the makeup and everything like that. That's why I like Guillermo del Toro movies, because he spends so much time on practical effects. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
And I think how they used New York this time too. And they used it a lot, in the first. I always go back to the first one because that's one I know the most.
Yeah.
I think this one even explored more of the city than the first one. I felt like we saw more, he's on top of the Chrysler building at certain points, and they're walking around the streets, and they're in Chinatown, and
Coney Island.
Yeah, Coney Island. I thought that was, it's a very good movie for that city, which was cool and nostalgic for me.
I've never been to New York, but yeah, watching movies like this, really makes me want to go and be like, oh, look, I went to Coney Island just like them. I went to the Empire State Building and everything like that. That would be a lot of fun.
And they did bring back you said when we walked out, the places from Queens with the original spaceships.
Oh yeah, there are a few
cool.
throwbacks to the first one that you can really enjoy, like the little pug. They make little references to him, and then they have the worms in the background for a moment, and then they have the stuff from the World's Fair towards the end too. So
and the celebrity aliens.
I love the celebrity alien lineup they had. That was some of the most fun I had in the movie, was just pointing at those and laughing.
It was kind of funny because, like, at those parts where, they have the pictures of the aliens in the back, like, I stopped paying attention to what the characters were saying because I'm like, that's Tim Burton. Look at that.
Who else is an alien? Is that Justin Bieber?
Yep. And Shaun White was the one that really got me.
I appreciated the Lady Gaga one.
Well, it was like the Dennis Rodman joke in the first movie. You can't not
Not
go
much
for
of a
it.
disguise.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you guys think of Griffin?
Griffin was adorable.
There's a new character. It's a trans-dimensional alien, so he kind of has the ability to see different probabilities for situations. It's really interesting how they use him and how he interacts. He's my favorite character in this. Love Jay, love Kate. Griffin's my favorite.
I liked him. I'm in any sort of sequel, they always introduce a new character because you have to.
Yeah.
So I think he was a good addition. Was he my favorite? No. I'm a Will Smith girl and J and K all the way.
J&K all the way. Should we give you some pom-poms?
When I see a couple, I'm like, oh,
okay.
You'll get that.
You'll get that later.
Yeah.
I think he did a good job, and it was a necessary character with the plot. I wasn't in love, and I think the guy did a great job, and I think, again, and the necessity was there, but did I really enjoy him? I don't really know.
Not my favorite character, but I did think he was adorable. I thought he was very endearing. He always sort of had this look of wonder in his eye. But yeah, I still readily admitted that, this power, it's totally a pain in the ass, but it has its upsides, you know.
Just from a writer's perspective, it is really tough to pin down a character like that so they're not omnipotent as well as omniscient.
Just like, I forgot about this part.
Yeah, it was
those are two really big words
done.
you just used there, Katie. Can you explain those? I don't have
omniscient is knowing. Omniscient is knowing all. Omnipotent is all powered.
Okay, I know you're an English major. Some of us aren't.
Yeah,
I was a broadcast major.
So he's omniscient.
Stunning.
He sees all these different probabilities. He knows what the possibilities are that will happen, but he doesn't know what will happen until it does. But he knows all the possibilities. But he's not omnipotent. He doesn't have all the power. He doesn't make things happen.
You know,
and I think they walked that line very well.
So, what do you think overall? What are your final thoughts, Katie?
It's worth seeing. Get your bucket of popcorn, get your soda, and have a good time.
Miss Megan?
It's a good time travel movie. If you're from the older demographic, you'll enjoy a lot of the 60s throwbacks. If you're a New York fan, you'll enjoy seeing the city, And of course, if you're a Will Smith fan or a fan of the first one or just a fan of time travel movies, you'll definitely enjoy this. This was a lot of fun.
I agree. I think definitely something, that it's worth paying to go see in the theater on top of it because it is a good blockbuster summer movie. It's Will Smith is always great in everything. Tommy Lee Jones kind of has it on the exact same note, which is great. I like the familiarity. And Josh Brolin, what a great addition to actually to everything. I mean, he's pretty good in every movie too.
I've never seen a movie where it's like, Josh Brolin, he had no right being there.
Yeah,
he was the weakling.
And it was very cool how close he is to Tommy Lee Jones. It kind of like freaks you out a little bit.
he was playing Tommy Lee Jones playing Kay.
Yeah.
I think my only regret is that we didn't suit up we should have gone. For this movie.
I got my sunglasses, so we're good.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us on another drive home, Men in Black 3 premiere, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.